Okay, so how do we know when it's time? And what I mean by that is, how do we know when it's time for something else? Namely surgery, when it comes to dealing with any kind of pain or, acute trauma or anything else. There's kind of that time when you go like, all right, when do we think that we've kind of hit that limit of what we can do mechanically and from a tissue healing standpoint on our own? And then it's time to investigate or explore what the next options are going to be, or when it's time to just get it done. And I think we all kind of hit that magic point. And people always want a really like black and white answer out of us, and it's really hard to give that. Only because this is not my knee, it's not anyone else's knee or body part, whatever, fill in the blank, it's for you. And so this was really struck me one time. I had a patient, an old family friend, who ended up having a total hip replacement. I worked with her afterwards. And she said that she'd gone to the surgeon and said like, oh yeah, you can do it when you're ready. And she was trying to put it off. And then she said one day she stepped out of her car, her hip was super painful and gave out, and she fell to the ground. And she said she was lying there and watching the ants crawl by her as she's on the ground and couldn't get up because it hurt so bad. And she's like, that's it. I just have to do this. And while that really struck a chord with her at that moment, I'm over it, I'm done, let's just get this thing done. It also was kind of a reminder that we all have our own points to where it becomes the most obvious option. And we can be emotionally attached to the decision, of course, because it's our body and whatnot. But realistically, our job as PTs is to support that emotional concern that you have, but also just go through the objectivity of it and say, well, look, here's where you're at, here's how this process works. And there are times that we can't fight some of these processes, or we just, your body is only going to heal to this point. And in order for you to do what you want to do and get back to, you need to be to here. So when that happens, it's our job to talk to people about how this works, how this looks, and when it's time to get other people involved that can do other interventions. I always joke that we can either push on it or exercise it. And I can talk to you about it, but that's all I can do. And I can't cut into it, I can't inject it, I can't make your body do more healing than it's already doing based on what we're doing, obviously as much as possible if you're doing all the work that you're supposed to be doing at home. So there really is that point where it's like, okay, yeah, it's time. And I think that just being prudent and just trying to guide people the best, we want to be honest and transparent about what we think is going on, work in conjunction with any other doctors or healthcare practitioners that are involved to be able to get you to the best functional outcome. Again, sometimes surgery can totally be avoided. Sometimes it's totally not necessary. And it's our job as part of your health team to really figure out where you are on that continuum and what you need now and what you're going to need in the future. So if you're just kind of staring down a surgery or something and you're really worried about it, this is the kind of stuff that we talk to our patients about all day, every day. So if you have any questions, you can always give us a call and work with one of our therapists to kind of establish a program now, whether it's a pre-op program, whether it's let's try to starve off this surgery as long as possible, or hey, I had this surgery, I want to be better than I was before surgery, or I want to be better than I was, maybe not 20 years ago, but better than I was before things started to turn and really get your life back. That is, again, what we do. So our whole team is here and ready to support you. Just let us know how we can help.